Hello lovely people and welcome to my July TBR video. Now, this is my second time filming this because I lost the footage of the first one or didn't record it at all. Oh well. Anyway, I am going to talk you through my July TBR. I have 2 readathons this month, which is why I'm posting it today, because one readathon is this weekend, and let's start with that one. So the one this weekend is a 48-hour readathon with Becca'sBookopoly, and I'll leave her links down below if you want to check that out. And so how her readathon is going to work is that she has 2 Monopoly boards that she's designed to fit her TBR, and she rolls a dice, and whatever the prompt is, she reads a book from that prompt. So the 2 boards are the 2019 board and the 2020 board. From the 2019 board, the prompt was paranormal magical realism. Now, I don't have many paranormal magical realism books, so I'm not going with that prompt basically. Well, I do. They're just a bit thick, and I don't know how much I'm going to be able to get read in 48 hours. I'm not the fastest reader. And the 2020 board prompt was a chance. And now the chances work by having, well, she has them as 6 books that she wants to read and 6 books she's very meh about reading, and basically whatever's on the top of the pile. And I made on Twitter, and you guys voted for it, and the book you voted for was Slay, and I'm super excited about this one, so I'm so happy you picked this one. I am ready to go with this one. It is about a girl called Kira Johnson, who is the only black girl, or one of the only black girls in Jefferson Academy, and is also a gamer and plays this VR game called Slay. Now, what it says on the back here is that she is the game developer of Slay and hasn't told anyone. And then a murder happens outside of the game, but because of the game, and so lots of stuff happens and lots of complaints come her way and stuff like that. So I'm really excited to read this. It's YA. Look how pretty the cover is. I hope you can see that. I'll put in a close-up if you can't. It's so pretty. It feels really nice too. I don't want to break the spine because it feels so nice, but yeah. So Slay is my first book of the Bookopoly readathon. And because of how Becca is running this is her first time running it, so I'm really excited about this. But the prompts are coming out every 12 hours, so you'll be able to see that when I do my reading vlog for Becca's Bookopoly readathon. On to the next readathon, and that is the week-long Reading Rush by Raylene May and Ariel Bissett. And I love those 2 people so much, and if you've seen my older from video from last year, my Cornwall vlog, it has the Reading Rush TBR that I was going to read. I didn't read any of them. I wasn't very good at that then, but I'm going to do it this time because I'm pumped for it. I'm ready. I have all my books now. I'm so excited. Well, not all of them. I have a couple boxes left in my mum's house. But anyway, so they do a list of interesting prompts that you can get ready for it. So this is my TBR for the Reading Rush. Now the first prompt is book the same colour as your birthstone. Now I'm August, so it is a peridot or peridot. I'll put a picture of it here. It's green, like greeny yellow. I'm not honestly a fan of it, but but I have chosen The Missing Girl by Shirley Jackson, and it is a Penguin Modern book, and it's this nice green colour. It's not quite the same green as that, but I don't have any other green books that aren't 600 plus pages, and this is only 50 something pages. And I thought, I haven't read any of my Penguin Modern books. I have a couple. I have 10, but I picked the ones that are the most interesting to me, and this is one of them. You will be seeing a slight theme in these books because I'm currently trying to write a detective mystery kind of I wouldn't call it a thriller at the moment. It needs editing. But that's the thing I'm writing in my writing videos. This is a series of 3 short stories, I think. Yeah, 3. And basically something happens in this ordinary life and I'm excited about it. And it's so cute and small. Definitely we'll be able to finish this in a week. In less than an hour, maybe. The next prompt is the book starting with "the" in the title. Now, I did freak out a little bit because I thought they meant that the book started with "the," as in the first word is "the," and I struggled to find a book on my shelf that started with "the." The only one I could find was A Secret History by Donna Tartt, and that's the only one I could find. It starts with "the" in the prologue. But this is a chunky book, and I don't think I'll be able to get away with it for the readathon, even if it's a week long. I'm not that fast of a reader. I said that already. Oh well. But the book I have chosen is Girl on the Train, and I have shocked myself that I haven't read this yet. And I haven't read Gone Girl. I've seen the film, but I love the film. Like, the film's amazing. I haven't read it either, and I really want all of Gillian Flynn's stuff. I am really pumped to read this. I am a thriller person, so I'm writing one. This is on my list. It's not that long. It's not as long as I thought it was going to be. It's like 315 pages, so I'd definitely be able to get through this over the week, I think. And I just need to. I need to read all the classic thrillers, because otherwise, what am I doing? But that's for book prompt 2. So the book prompt number 3 is a book you've seen the film for. And for me, it's a horror film. And I'm not the biggest fan of horror, I'm not gonna lie. It's an interesting genre that I don't like, but I watched the film, and the film was Annihilation. Now, there's one bit in the film that terrifies me to hell, so I have no idea what this is going to do to me. It's another short one, 195 pages, so I think I could get through it, hopefully. It's said to be really creepy and like creepier than the film, which is like, ah! It is Annihilation by Jeff Vandermeer. It is about Area X place where a big geological event happened and people have been sent in there, and lots of stuff happens because they're being sent in there. Like, there's a fatal cancer epidemic that happens after one attempt, and then they send in 4 women on this 12th expedition into this place, and it's their story and it's their thing. And I really enjoyed the film despite it being a horror, and it wasn't that. It was creepy and unsettling, and the bear in it is terrifying, and that was the thing that I found the most scary. But yeah, this is my film that I've seen the film of but haven't read the book of. Prompt 4 was an interesting prompt. It is the book you touched first. And now I laid out all of my crime novels in a big square and closed my eyes and picked this one, All Things Violent by Nikki Dolson. And I am glad I picked this one because it's another short one and I can get through it in 153 pages. Yes. I think I only have like one chunky book here on this list, which I am very happy about. But this is about a college sophomore student called Laura, and she and her best friend kill a man and get away with it because of the help of some guy called Simon. And that's all I want to know before going into this, because I don't like them being explained to me. Like, I just want to go into it and find out what's going to happen. So that's this one, and I'm really pumped about it. The next prompt is prompt 5, which is a book you read outside of your house. Now, I live in Cornwall, so the weather isn't always that great. I mean, it's just cloudy right now, but I wouldn't want to read a book outside because wind and rain. But technically, this is not my house. This is my partner's parents' house that we're staying in over the summer because of the whole COVID situation. And yeah, So I'm going to say that it counts to read any of these books in this environment, because technically this is not my house. But if the sun comes out, then I'll read one of these books outside. Probably the shortest one, because I don't want to get sunburnt, and I ain't going to the beach because it'll be packed, sadly. Anyway, book prompt number 6, a genre you want to read more of, and that genre for me is fantasy. I'm currently listening to the first Game of Thrones book on Audible with my partner. We're listening to it together in the evenings, which is nice. So we just got to the part where Bran gets pushed out of the window. The book that I've chosen for this is Six of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. And I am excited about this because my friends are all raving about this series, or the duology, sorry, and they said I could read it without having read the trilogy. So this is YA, so hopefully I can get through it quickly, but this is the biggest book at almost 500 pages, like 495 pages. I mean, it's very pretty, but I will not be mad at myself if I don't get to this. I want to, and I will read it at some point, just to like make my friends happy, but like I will get to this at some point. But that's my book for number 6. And finally, prompt number 7 is read a book that is set in a continent that's not yours. So I live in Europe, so I live in England, and so I could choose a book from North America. A few of these books are set in North America, but I thought that was a bit cheaty because there are so many books set in North America. So I decided to go with a book set in Japan, and that is Death Note. I've seen the whole series. I don't want to watch the film because the film looks like it's whitewashed and set in America, and that's like, no. I don't remember. Well, this is volume 1 and 2. My partner got these for me ages ago, and I haven't read it yet, and I really want to. So this one's set in Japan, and it's 100% not in Europe. So that's this book. And now there are 2 books that I am reading, that I want to read outside of the readathons, that I want to read in July, and that is Do You Dream of Terra 2 and Station 11. Do You Dream of Terra 2 by Temi O, I think that's how you pronounce her name. I'm really pumped for this because I love a good sci-fi, and this is like a, I don't know if it's YA or not, but it might be, but look at the cover. It's so pretty. I'll be doing close-ups of all these books, but I'm really excited to get to this because I love a good sci-fi. And this will be probably read after the readathons because I want to get through some of my thrillers first, just to help inspire me and stuff. So Do You Dream of Terra 2 is about they find another Earth-like planet, and they send 10 astronauts, 6 of which are teenagers who have trained as astronauts for their whole lives, basically. And 4 are veterans, space veterans, I guess. And they go to this new Earth, and New Earth is 23 years away. Yeah, 23 years away. And stuff goes wrong, because of course it does, it's space. And I am really excited to get to this. I've heard good things, I've seen good things on like Amazon and stuff. Yeah, I'm really pumped. And then Station 11 by Emily St. John Mandel, and I'm sure you've heard of this. George R. R. Martin is blurb on the back, but basically there's a pandemic or something like that, or an epidemic, and it goes wrong, and there's a bit of theatre and stuff in there, and I love a good theatre piece. It's not like, it starts with a show and one of the actors dies at the beginning. That's not a spoiler, it says it in the blurb. But I'm excited to get to this because even though we're in the midst of a pandemic right now, and will be for a while, I still want to read this, and I feel like it would be like, I don't know, I just want to get to it. I've had this book on my shelf for a long time, so I felt like this is the perfect time to read a pandemic book, because of course it is. But anyway, that is my TBR for July. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a like and subscribe down below. I hope I've inspired you to read some more interesting books this month. But anyway, maybe see you for the readathons. I will be vlogging it. Both of them, the 48-hour one and the week-long one. I'm going to be doing the videos with my friend. She's going to do her videos on her channel, obviously. I'll leave her links down below. Her name is Beth, and her channel is Beth Reads Sometimes, and I made her graphics. But yeah, her links will be down below. Becca'sBookopoly's links will be down below. Raylene and Ariel's links will be down below as well. Anyway, I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye!